Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about an MC that done got caught up, but most of you might not be familiar with yet. Now, this MC was by the name of Trizz HBO. He's from Salem, New Jersey, and he's well known as a duo. He raps with another guy named Maaly, I believe. Now, these cats are tearing it up on the East Coast. I mean, they've got the attention of a lot of big players in the rap game. I'm talking about Fatboy SSE. I'm talking about Gilly. That means Gilly from the Wallow and Gilly Show. And dudes, they on their grind, man. They building up. But one of them, specifically Trizz HBO, just got caught up, man. Dude got locked up. It was a wild shooting and all that. But before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Trizz HBO. Now, his mugshot has been going around on social media, the last couple of weeks, and people were trying to get an understanding of what went down. So I went and did a little bit of research to look up what went down with the situation that's got his mugshot trending on social media. Now, Trizz seems like, man, he's in those early stages of his rap career, man. Dude is developing himself as a rapper, and he's really coming along as he's building, man. Now, this thing that happened, though, plays counterpart to his image, man. It doesn't seem like, when you look at him, like his music videos and stuff, that he's about all that rah-rah, but the charges that he's involved in are crazy. Now, I'm be referencing a story from NewJersey.com. I guess it's called NJ.com. It's one of those news websites, and the story starts off like this, man. The headline says it all. It says, 4 charged after shooting. Car crash in Salem County. Now, this was updated recently, man, this week, so we'll see what, they get into. Now, this story spans a couple of days, man. It even spans over a week or so, you know what I mean? Now, it starts off by saying this. It says, authorities have charged 4 Salem County men with a slew of gun-related crimes after a shooting in Penns Grove. So there's 4 people involved, and they've got a slew of gun crimes between all of them, all right? Now, it continues by saying, borough police officers responding to shots fired call on Harmony Street around 3:30 a.m. on July 24th found a bullet-riddled car that had smashed into several parked vehicles, according to the Salem County Prosecutor's Office. So basically, there was a police, they responded to a shots fired call, and it was like 3:30 a.m., so it was really early in the morning on July 24th. Now, when they showed up, the car was riddled with bullets. Somebody wet the car up, it just looked like it got, Swiss cheese probably would not, right? Okay, so the story continues by saying this. He said the 4 people who had allegedly been in the car were later charged after the vehicle was towed and a search conducted. So after the vehicle was found, the people who were in the car allegedly were the ones who got arrested. That's interesting. Now they have the names. Shakar Griffin, 20 years old. Nahir Bland, 22 years old, both of Carneys Point Township, and Transroot Jr., who's allegedly, who's AKA Trizz HBO, Transroots Jr., 20 years old, Jashawn Shepard, 18 years old, both of Penns Grove, were each charged with possession of a handgun without a permit, possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, possession of a defaced handgun, and possession of large capacity of ammunition magazines. Man, okay, so basically they're saying that, allegedly Trizz HBO and his homeboys, man, they was packing, man. They all had weapons. They had a whole bunch of ammunition with large capacity magazines. Like they was really about doing some real deal stuff out there, man. Now, I don't know what HBO is into, what Trizz HBO is into, but obviously by the HBO tattoo that you see on his neck, he's down for whatever HBO stands for. We'll find out later, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, there's some more meaning behind that name. It usually is, you know what I mean? Now, the story continues by saying Griffin was charged August 2nd with additional offenses, including resisting arrest by flight, possession of a defaced handgun concealed, possession of a handgun without a permit, and possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose. Bland and Shepard were charged with additional offenses for allegedly firing a weapon after the crash, including reckless endangerment of another person, possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, and possession of a handgun without a permit. No injuries were reported in the shooting. The arrests were a cooperative effort between Penns Grove and Carneys Point Police Departments, the Salem County Prosecutor's Office, and the U.S. Marshal Services. All four men are currently listed as jailed in Salem County Correctional Facility, man. So it looks like they're all locked up right now in jail, man, in the same county that this all took place. But it's wild to say the least, man, because, with Trizz HBO being a rapper or whatnot, you would think that they would probably try to separate him from everybody. But, when you're not super big, they don't start making all those precautions and stuff. They usually, when you're a star, people know you are. They have to act, accordingly or whatnot. But it looks like this was like a detailed investigation and operation to grab these cats because they used the U.S. Marshal Service and everybody, So I'm wondering what the world led to the shootout. Like, there's so many holes in this because how in the world were the guys who got their car shot up the ones who got arrested? What about the cats who, were actually shot the car up? You know what I mean? Maybe it was like a situation where they were in the car and they got out to fire back because, most people know that if you're in a car, you a sit and duck most of the time, man. It doesn't pan out for the people in the car well most of the time. But luckily, what happened in this situation is nobody got hurt. Now, there's other stories about this, and one is from this hiphopoverload.com. I'm not familiar with this site, but they have a whole different take about this, and, they add some rumors to this. So I'm going to already say this is a whole bunch of rumors. None of this has been, substantiated or, this is not valid information as we know so far. But it starts off by saying this. It says, in the headline, popular New Jersey rapper Trizz HBO arrested for gang criminality and shootout on way to airport, cops claim. Now, this story starts off by saying this. It says, New Jersey cops are claiming that popular Jersey rapper Trizz HBO, whose real name is Tran Roots, to be a part of a local street gang raising havoc in the town of Salem City, New Jersey. Even though the reports are not confirmed and seem biased by the police, they're trying to charge the rapper with gang criminality. We also just got the word that Trizz has been arrested for being in a shootout on his way to the airport for a show he had out of state. We hear that Trizz was actually shot in the shootout when the car he was in got shot 20 plus times. The police report shows that even though Trizz was shot, they're somehow charging Trizz with the shooting that took place. Like, that is something that we did hear in the New Jersey report, but something that is different we're going to hear in a second. Now, it says this. It says, reportedly Trizz left the hospital after getting stitched up and still took a flight to his show in Miami at Booby Trap on the River. Trizz's house was raided by U.S. Marshals when they picked him up early last week. Check out the screen below, and it shows his mugshot or whatever, and we got all that. And we know the information about where he's locked up. But that's where the story differs, man. In the story from NewJersey.com, they basically said nobody was harmed in the shooting. Nobody got hurt in the shooting. Now, in this story or whatever, they're basically saying that he got patched up at the hospital and still made it to a show in Miami. And upon returning from a show in Miami, he got arrested at his residence, man, and that's where the U.S. Marshals' involvement was. Because remember, in the original report, we did talk about the U.S. Marshals were working in conjunction with the Salem County Prosecutor's Office to round up all the suspects that they had in the shooting. Now, I don't know the effect this is going to have on Trizz HBO's long-term career in the rap game. He's fairly new, and he's fairly building, and he's super duper young. So dude has a future, man. Hopefully he can get this cleared up. Hopefully he has no wrongdoing on his part, and he moves safe and smart out there in the streets. Now with that, what do you guys think, man? Do you think that these new rappers are just coming in the game already knowing like, hey man, I got to be on point, or I need to be with this street stuff? Or is this a bad look? Because really they should be focused on having fun, making music, and being positive. You know what I mean? Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.